Hi, all you healthy humans. Welcome to New Leaf Table TV. I'm your host, Chef E, and today we're making salmon cakes with a creamy coleslaw. It's going to be nutritious and super easy to make, and you're going to love them. First of all, we have mashed sweet potato. This is going to be a key ingredient in our salmon cakes. The orange fleshy color is actually full of beta carotene, which is great for eye health. It also helps reduce your risk for cancer. Sweet potatoes are also full of fiber, which is great for digestion and supporting a healthy gut microbiome. We have Greek yogurt, so we're gonna make a sauce for our salmon cakes as well as use the same sauce for our creamy coleslaw. So you're getting a 2-for-1 there. We have 2 eggs. We always recommend free-range eggs. So we have 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. There's a difference between almond flour and almond meal. Both will work for this dish. Almond flour is blanched almonds, which means the skin has been removed and it's usually a finer texture. Almond meal is also ground almonds, but they're ground with the skin on, so it's a little bit coarser. It's gonna add a little bit of a nutty flavor to this dish and also moisten up the mixture. Almond flour also has a low glycemic index, which means it's gonna have a minimal impact on your blood sugar, and we love balanced blood sugar. It's gonna make you feel so much better. So we're also using canned salmon. So canned salmon is a great option. It's cheap. It's also low in mercury compared to other canned fish, so it's safer for consumption. We're using a variety called Safe Catch. There's also a wild Alaskan variety that I love. So if you buy a variety that has bone-in, skin on, you wanna make for sure and remove the larger bones before you mix it all together. Some of the smaller bones are actually edible and will add a calcium boost to your patties. Today, we are using the boneless, skinless. Canned salmon is also a great source of omega-3s, which is gonna be great for skin and brain health. So we also have avocado oil and ghee. We are gonna fry our salmon patties in ghee. We have garlic powder, smoked paprika, and cumin, salt and pepper, some herbs and spices. We're using hot sauce to go in our patties. This is Frank's. It has really clean ingredients. We love Frank's. We have some rice vinegar and maple syrup, lemon. We have some sprouted sunflower seeds to go on top of our slaw. And lastly, our slaw mix. So we bought a pre-shredded bag of cabbage. It's actually a coleslaw mix. We don't want the sauce, but you can use the cabbage, or you could take a whole cabbage and carrots and shred them yourself for your coleslaw. So let's get started. So first of all, you want to cook your sweet potato. We have already cooked our sweet potato. I cooked it in the oven at 400 degrees for about 50 minutes. If you don't have time to pre-cook your sweet potato, because you also want to let it cool because you're going to be handling it, and you don't want it too hot so it won't burn your fingers, you can cook it in the microwave. So what you would do is just take your whole sweet potato, poke some holes in your sweet potato with a fork. It lets the steam out so it won't explode in your microwave, and cook it for 5 to 7 minutes until it's nice and tender. Next, we're gonna chop our green onions, lemon, and parsley so it'll be ready to mix in with our salmon. Let's get it chopped up. All right, our onion is chopped. Now we're just gonna chop our lemon in half because we're going to juice it into our mixture. And then I'm gonna chop up some parsley. I'm gonna kind of pull the parsley off of the stems. The stems tend to be a little bit bitter. Okay, now I'm gonna give these a rough chop. Now we're just gonna combine everything to make our salmon cakes. Now you wanna open and drain all of your salmon and add it to your bowl. I've already done most of my cans, but I have one left. I'm just gonna drain my salmon and then add it right to my bowl. And then just kind of crush it all up together. If your salmon has bones, make sure and go ahead and remove them now. Next, go ahead and add your sweet potato. And then mix in your chopped parsley, your chopped green onion, and then 2 eggs. And then 2/3 of a cup of almond flour. Now we're gonna add the juice from 1 lemon. Now we're gonna add about a teaspoon of hot sauce. You can add more if you like spice. Gonna add a teaspoon of cumin, teaspoon of smoked paprika, and salt and pepper to taste. Now go ahead and mix everything up. Now we're gonna go ahead and form them into patties. You could also do this right before you put them on your skillet, but I like to have them ready to go. So I just have a baking dish lined with unbleached parchment paper, and you want them to be about 1/4 of an inch thick, and you just wanna shape them into a circle, kind of like a crab cake. Okay, we made about 12 patties. Now we're gonna heat 2 tablespoons of ghee in a large skillet over medium-high heat. You want your pan to get nice and hot so you'll get a nice sear on your cakes and that they will actually stick together. Okay, our ghee is all melted and our pan is nice and hot. Now let's add our cakes to the pan. You're gonna let them cook for about 2 to 4 minutes on each side, and then flip them and give them another 2 to 4 minutes. You really wanna do at most 4 at a time, depending on the size of your skillet, but you don't wanna crowd your pan, plus it would make it harder to flip them. So while our cakes are frying, I'm gonna make the sauce to go on our coleslaw as well as to use for our cakes. I'm gonna take 1.5 cups of our Greek yogurt. I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, 2 tablespoons of rice vinegar, and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. You could also use honey. I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of garlic powder and salt and pepper to taste. Now give everything a good stir. Okay, our cakes are ready to flip. Now go ahead and let them cook another 4 minutes on this other side. Okay, these patties are done. Let's get them off and get a new batch on. If you need to go ahead and add a little bit more oil, you can do so at this time and then add 4 more patties. Now I'm gonna reserve some of our sauce, and we are going to use this as a dipping sauce for our salmon cakes. Next, I'm going to chop up a green onion and parsley to go on top of our coleslaw mix. Now go ahead and add them to the top of your coleslaw. And same thing with our parsley. Okay, now we're gonna flip this batch of salmon cakes. Now let's go ahead and add our sauce to our coleslaw. And mix it all in together. And now I'm going to top with some sprouted sunflower seeds. Okay, our coleslaw is ready to go. Now we just finished frying our salmon cakes and we'll be ready to eat. Okay, let's get these salmon cakes off and do our last batch. As you can see, one of mine fell apart. That does happen. Don't be hard on yourself. It's the nature of making fresh salmon cakes. Sometimes you need to scrape the excess off your pan before you fry the next batch so that you don't have anything sticking to your pan. Okay, let's get our last batch fried up. Salmon cakes are also a really great item to freeze and have ready to go in your freezer when you need a quick meal. They're super tasty, they freeze really well. Okay, let's flip our last batch of salmon cakes. Just another 3 to 4 minutes and then we'll be ready to go. Okay, let's get these off and get everything plated up. And I actually added a little bit of flaky salt to the top just because I think it adds a little extra something to the top of our salmon cakes. It's totally optional. Okay, let's get everything plated up. I'm gonna add coleslaw as the bed to my cakes and then add my cakes. So salmon cakes are really near and dear to my heart. My mom used to make these for me when I was a kid, and I plan to make them for our son. Just so nostalgic. Add a little bit of sauce to the side. And there you have it, folks. Our salmon cakes with a creamy coleslaw. Thanks for watching New Leaf Table TV. Until we dine again, farewell, healthy humans. To subscribe to New Leaf Table's meal plan service with weekly meals and easy delivery through your existing Amazon Fresh membership, visit our website at newleaftable.com. And also, please hit the subscribe button to our YouTube channel. The orange fleshy color is actually full of beta-carotene. As well as use the same sauce for our creamy coleslaw. So you're getting a 2-for-1 there, and it's going to be super tasty and very versatile for both. I don't like to scrap that part. Yeah. We actually have boneless, skinless today, but you can get the variety with the bone and skin already bone. But so we have already cooked our sweet potato. It was okay. All right, now I'm just gonna chop them right up. That sounded very cheesy. Are you saying I'm cheesy? I am the one holding the knife. This is where you would remove your bone and skin if your cans were. This is where, blah, blah, blah. This is where you would remove your bones if you had cans with bone in. I feel like this is just pointless to even say. It's fine. Let's just do it. Green onion ran away. It grew legs and ran away. I should have got a bigger bowl. These are gonna be really tasty. They're nice and moist. That word moist, it's very controversial. We're gonna fry us up some fish cakes. We got some fish cakes and 1 tablespoon of maple honey. And then I'm gonna top with some sprouted sunflower seeds. So let's get to frying.